How you doing?
Fancy a ride?
Thank you. Uber with a difference.
Come on in. All right, so here we are. This is our Cadillac, Mama Cass. This is Stas. Hello.
And?
I'm Kimber, and we're from the Last Hurrah Funerals. Should we go for a bit of a cruise in the old Caddy?
Wow.
This vintage Cadillac DeVille hearse, like its owners, is a bit different. The Last Hurrah caters for people of all religions, subcultures and whatever persuasion.
Our tagline is original funerals for unique people. And basically that's really what we do. We just try to represent the person who has died and do kind of whatever the family want to send them off.
Since kick-starting the business 4 years ago, they've created over 700 odd funerals. The odd, they say, with a laugh, because they cater to everything, from country hoedowns to heavy metal headbanging.
Is there no limit? Will you do almost anything?
Within legal parameters, yes.
And a nude funeral? Would you do a nude funeral?
Sure.
We have thought about that, and provided we can wear footwear, so we're OH&S compliant, absolutely.
And sunscreen.
And so definitely lots of sunscreen.
With respect, ladies, are you weird?
Absolutely.
So weird. That's how we got started in this whole thing.
Yeah. I pride myself on that moniker.